Hello folks, and thank you so much for joining us on The Extra Point, your only place for local high school sports and activities. I'm your host, Dolly Fonseth, and it's a cloudy fall day here at Northridge High School, where in just a few moments we're going to be talking with the Grizzlies varsity football team. But before we talk football, we here at The Extra Point want to take this time to congratulate all of the area teams that did compete in this 2012 fall season. You guys, great job. And for those teams who are still competing, we here at The Extra Point want to wish you the best of luck with the rest of your season. Now folks, like always, we had cameras out and we've got some highlights, so let's take a look. Action on the volleyball court as the Greeley West Spartans played host to the visiting Loveland Indians. The Spartans started strong in this game. West with some great offense. Katie Weber will wind it up and crush this ball for the point. But it was Loveland who went on an early run to open the game and take a quick 11-6 lead. But the Spartans regrouped to go on a scoring run of their own. And when Amanda Ronkowski blasted this shot off the Loveland defense, West had retaken the lead at 15-14. West continued their scoring run. Kayla Umura will drop this shot right on the line for the point, and the Spartans take a commanding 24-16 lead. But just when it looked like the Spartans had this game in the bag, Loveland raced back to make things very interesting. Loveland ran off 6 straight points to make it a 24-22 game. But the Loveland rally ended there as the Spartans closed out the first set on this shot from Katie Weber. West takes game 1, 25-22. There would be no big scoring runs in the second set. This game was tight from the very start to the end. The dynamic duo of Ronkowski and Weber would lead the charge for the Spartans. Katie Weber will take this shot down the line for the score. And Amanda Ronkowski follows up with another down-the-line winner for the Spartans. The Spartans also got it done on defense. Nikaya Myrant Maharas and Kayla Umura team up for the block and the point here. Like we said, this one was tight from the get-go, and it ended that way as Loveland takes the second game by the final score of 26-24 over the Spartans. That back-and-forth play set the tone for the whole match as Greeley West came out strong in the third game. The Spartans would cruise to the easy 25-17 win and take a 2-1 advantage. But Loveland came right back in the fourth set with the 25-21 victory to tie this match up at 2 games apiece. So that set the stage for a thrilling 5th set, except the Spartans didn't follow the script. No drama here as the Spartans rolled over the Indians. West took control of this game and never looked back. The Spartans take Game 5 by the score of 15-4 and win the match 3-2 over Loveland. The Greeley Central Wildcats heading into the home stretch of the volleyball season and looking for a win over the Thompson Valley Eagles. The Wildcats came out strong to start this match, taking control of the action right from the first point. Kelsey Cousins will split the Thompson Valley defense for the score. Central controlled the game and opened a big lead. Maggie Grafey will close out this long rally with the point for Central, and the Wildcats take a 7-1 lead. Central got the big points when they needed them, and that is how they were able to expand their lead to 11-3. Katie Grafey with the big hit here for Central. The Wildcats looked to close out the first game, but Thompson Valley had other plans and went on a late rally to make it a 21-19 game. It looked like the Eagles would steal this game away from the Wildcats, but Central stopped the Thompson Valley rally and closed out this match 26-24 to take Game 1. Up one game in this match, it looked like the Wildcats had things going their way. But in the second set, the Eagles got on a roll and just could not be stopped. Thompson Valley takes the second set 25-14. Central played better in the third set. Kelsey Cousins would get it done for the Wildcats on offense and defense, but it would not be enough to stop Thompson Valley. The Eagles take the third set 25-15. In the fourth set, the momentum of the match stayed on Thompson Valley's side as the Eagles controlled the game from the start. Thompson Valley takes the fourth set 25-8, and that gives them the match 3-1. It was the Battle of Greeley as the Greeley Central Wildcats and the Greeley West Spartans faced off for bragging rights. We will pick up action in the first quarter, no score in this game, and Greeley West on the move. The Spartans chewed up much of the clock with a 9-play drive. The key play was this 45-yard run by David Eddy. This Andrew Bruning 1-yard run finished off the drive and put West up 7-0. Late in the first quarter, David Eddy would key another big drive for West, and this time he takes it in for the touchdown, and Greeley West goes up 14-0 over Greeley Central. And if you want to find out who ends up winning this game, then be sure to tune into the game of the week every night at 7 p.m. The Greeley West Spartans versus Greeley Central Wildcats is our game of the week. Folks at home, we hope you enjoyed those highlights. I know I most certainly did. Now I know you're watching because you've got a favorite team and probably want to check out their standings. So we're going to take a look at those standings. But when we come back, we're going to be talking Northridge football right here on the Extra Point. Welcome back to the show, folks. I'm joined now with the head coach of the Grizzlies varsity football team, Coach Jeff Fulton.
Nice to see you, Dolly.
Nice to see you too. Thank you so much for taking time out of your practice to chat with us. Bet. So you guys are doing really great. You're 7-2 right now. You've got one more game left. Why don't you tell everybody and myself, what is it that you're doing with these boys to really finish this season off strong?
Well, at the 7-2 mark, we're looking to make the playoffs. That's our goal every year, and it's been 5 years since we got in. And so the focus has been playoffs. We got off to a great start. We were 5-0. We were ranked high in the state of Colorado at the 3A level. And we lost to Silver Creek, and we won 2 after that, and then we lost last week on Friday at Roosevelt. So that makes us 7-2. We lost to 2 very good teams, and we beat 7 really good teams. So we like our position. We like to be 9-0, but at the same time, we are 7-2. The focus is the playoffs every day that we're out here, so that's where we're headed today.
Now, Coach, you have got a copious amount of seniors on your team. Why don't you tell everybody about what they're doing to really step up to make your team?
Well, like most championship teams, it starts with the seniors because they have the experience and they've been down this road before. We have 16 incredibly talented yet hardworking seniors in our program. I could name them all, but we probably don't have enough time. And I could talk about each one of them very in-depthly and with a lot of confidence because of what they've offered to our team and our school and certainly the Grizzly program. It starts with the quarterback, and that, fortunately and unfortunately, that's my son, Robert Fulton. We got great wideouts in Brad Marks and Blake Carlin. We got a great tight end. I think they could play at the next level, Michael Graff. We got some interior linemen that are doing just a great job as 18-year-old men. And I could go on, like I said, but for brevity purposes, it just really comes down to that they've earned their stripes, they've spent their time. You know, we were 1-9 last year with the same kids, only they were underclassmen. We were 2-8 the year before when they were sophomores. So we made a commitment to them, they made a commitment to us, and now we're reaping the benefits of a 7-2 season, which is outstanding. But we do, as we said earlier, need one more of those victories to guarantee we can get in.
Coach Fulton, this Thursday is a big deal, not only for your seniors, but just for people in the community. It's your last home game. Why don't you tell everybody at home the excitement of this Thursday coming up?
Well, you can imagine being an 18-year-old young man and graduating and all that stuff is good in May, but there's kind of a second or a first passage in November here. It's going to be November 1st. Our seniors would love to have a big send-off. We're inviting the community to come out, be a Grizzly for one night. It's Thursday, there's no other games in town, so if we could get the whole community of Greeley to come out and support us, we promise we'll line up properly and play hard. We don't guarantee W's and L's, but we will play hard. We just, we need the support of Greeley. We want to be a playoff team representing, and more than that, it is senior night. This is the last home game for our seniors, guaranteed home game. We'd have to advance in the playoffs if we make it to have them at home again. But it is the last night game for a lot of these seniors, and we would really appreciate some community support for that. So the community's been great, but it'd be nice to put that cherry on top of the cake by winning a game with a big crowd.
Coach Fulton, thank you so much for taking time out of your practice to chat with us, and good luck to you in the rest of the season. Go Grizzlies. I will try to make it out here on Thursday myself.
Thank you, Dolly.
Absolutely. Also joining us on the show today, folks, is senior quarterback of the Northridge Grizzlies, RJ Fulton.
How you doing?
RJ, thank you so much for taking time out of your practice to chat with us. Now, RJ, tell me, you've got to be excited. Thursday is your last home game. There's potential playoffs. Tell everybody at home, what is it that RJ's doing to prepare mentally and physically for this big game?
It's just knowing that you have one last, it's my last home game, and just knowing, getting on the guys at practice to clean up all those little mistakes and not getting tired like everybody else is at the end of the season, and being mentally prepared to play their last home game and might as well go out with a bang.
Now, RJ, you're the senior quarterback on this team, and there are quite a few seniors on the team as well, but tell me, what is it that you do to be a lighthouse for your team, or what do all of you guys do?
I feel like we have many of those guys that have kind of led by example, since we've had multiple guys get a lot of reps since their sophomore year, and we've all kind of just come together and just made a challenge for ourselves to be successful finally after a 2-8 and a 1-9 previous 2 seasons to kind of turn this program around.
RJ, being a senior on this team, you have got to make sure, I mean, all student athletes need to make sure that their grades are kept up. What is it that you do to make your athletics and your academics balanced?
I think it's just kind of having the mentality that you need to keep your grades up or else you can't play, and I guess that's what drives a lot of these kids, is that even though it's probably not what you want to hear, this is more important than school to kids. But because it's more important, they need to keep their grades up, and that's how they tend to do it. So they put in their time, and I put in my time to keep my grades up.
RJ, this Thursday is a really big deal for you guys. It's senior night. It's your last home game. Why don't you tell everybody about the excitement of this?
It's kind of an eye-opener. You don't think it'd be coming this fast. You watch all the other senior classes go through that senior night, and you think, oh, that'll never happen, and then it's on you pretty fast. And to be with the same group of guys for 3 years, we've all been really close, and it'll be an emotional night, and then you have to go out and win, obviously, to get in the playoffs, I think. And it'll be emotional for sure.
RJ, thank you so much for taking time out of your practice to chat with us today, and good luck to you in the rest of your season.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Folks at home, this is RJ Fulton. I'm Dolly Fonseth. Stick around. We're going to wrap up the Extra Point right after this. Welcome back to the show, folks. Don't forget to tune in next time for another exciting edition of The Extra Point. It's our fall wrap-up show, and you're not going to want to miss it. Now, like I had mentioned earlier in the show, most of our area teams have already finished their fall season, but there are still some teams competing, and if you'd like to see their schedule, you can contact their school, and they will give you all the up-to-date schedules. Now, folks, I want to take this time right now to let you know how extremely hard these boys work in the classroom so they can come out and compete week in and week out. I want to send a message to all students watching. You guys, stay focused, put academics first, and I promise you success is going to follow you absolutely every step of the way. Now, folks at home, we want to hear from you at The Extra Point. That's right, and all you need to do is slide in front of your computer and send us an email. You can send all your emails to bsathy@greeleyschools.org. Again, that's bsathy@greeleyschools.org. It's right here. Go ahead and give us some opinions, suggestions, anything that you submit, we're going to read on air. And you'll be a local celebrity for a day. So send us those emails. And while you're in front of your computer, you can find The Extra Point on the World Wide Web. You can do so by going to www.greeleyschools.org. Again, that's www.greeleyschools.org. Click on the link video, and there you'll find us, The Extra Point. I want to take this time to thank the Northridge football team for letting us invade their practice. Thanks so much, you guys. And the man who was in charge of all those highlights that we saw earlier, Dean Popejoy. Dean, thank you so much. And the man behind the camera, Brian Sathy, who works extremely hard week in and week out. We want to send a big thanks out to him. And folks, I want to copiously thank you for watching The Extra Point. My name's Dolly Fonseth. Don't forget to tune in for another exciting edition of The Extra Point. It will be our fall wrap-up show, and you're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you then.